immensely, and we know how to handle customers that are doing stuff in that kind of price range. But not to mention, we do make exceptions and do all loans in all price ranges. We handle first time buyers, we handle second home buyers. Um, Investment properties, we'll get into the different types of investment property mortgages that are available. So, whatever you're looking for, if you need money to buy a house that you're going to fix up and flip, or you're going to fix up and rent, we can handle that kind of financing also. So,
So I did a mistake,
okay.
and we weren't live on Facebook until a minute ago. So we were a bit delayed. So I welcome all the people on Facebook. I'm sorry for that we weren't live and you didn't hear the intro. But if you're listening to us in Facebook, I'm pretty sure you are pretty aware of us. So call us to 855-939-1137, and we hope you hear us well and everything works as well right now. So as you know, I asked you for a pre-approval for a mortgage for myself,
Yes.
and I got it
Yes, you did.
using the bank statement approval. It keep amazing me because it's so good and it's so easy, and I'm so concerned that bad people will take advantage of that, and this amazing product will get away from us. And I really hope it won't, because we saw with DSCR loan how good it works.
Right.
When you focus on not on the tax returns, and you focus on the person and on the property,
Right.
it's so much easier, it's so much better. And we of course not referring to what happened in 2008 and the fact that you had to have a driving license in order to get a mortgage back then.
That was a bad time.
Exactly. We're not referring to that. We are honestly talking about the option to take a mortgage those days truly based on your income.
Right.
Because let's face it, every self-employed, every entrepreneur knows we want to pay the least taxes we can.
Exactly.
And for that reason, we take every deduction we can. And for that reason, our tax report don't actually reflect how much we actually make.
Very true.
And that's
Very
the
true.
problem we are having.
So what we end up doing on a bank statement deal, okay, is we take either 12 or 24 months of bank statements, average amount, to come up with a monthly income, and we can use right off the bat 50% of that average to calculate a monthly income. We can go all the way up to 75% of that with an accountant's letter to state that the expense ratio is lower, because we assume 50% expenses, but a lot of people don't have 50% expenses. So we'll go all the way up with only 25% expenses. That gives people a lot of leeway to get into a house price that they want to get into. You know, that was obviously what we did for you. I've done it, for Larry. I've done it for a number of other students in the school here at Investor Schooling.
So basically what they say, when we give you the bank statement,
Yes.
you only look at the deposits.
Yes.
And you take out of those deposits 25% off.
50 to 25%.
Now, I was honest, and I told you, because I go to the sheriff's sale every month.
Right.
And what I'm doing is I go to my bank and I take a big check, and I go to the sheriff's sale, and if I'm not buying anything, which normally I don't, because we're still in a market that is very, let's say weird.
Okay.
Let's say weird, and the banks are very afraid to go back to 2008.
Right.
So they give the owners the ability and the option to pay,
Right.
because they don't want to the banks don't want properties, they want money.
Exactly.
Let's face it.
Banks don't make money on foreclosure.
So we are not seeing what we saw in the sheriff's sale in the past, but I am going every month, and I love it. The problem is I take, let's say, $50,000 check, okay, from my bank.
Right.
Sometimes later that day I deposit it.
Right.
You only look at the deposit. Now I gave idea right now for bad people.
We pull that out. We see that's not your monthly income or
I got
monthly money coming.
So you
in.
do some kind of an average.
Right. It's like if it's a large round number, it's probably not your income.
Okay.
Now, if we pulled it out, and we shouldn't have, that would be something that you would alert me, and I would make sure that the lender doesn't back that money out.
Correct.
But we back out money all the time. You know, it's like if it was a transfer, sometimes it's like your money that you already had in one account and you just moved it around and then moved it back. They can see that stuff. They've done this more than once, so they're calculating the deposits correctly. And if we come up short, you know, we dig into it, and then, you know, we ask the buyer, you know, questions about their deposits. And if there's more money that we can put in there, we're going to put it in there.
And if you are looking for a mortgage, please call us 855-939-1137. If you're looking to refi, if you're a first-time homeowner, whatever you are, we have the expert here in the studio with us. So please call us 855-939-1137. So I tell you why I'm looking for a mortgage right now.
Yes.
Because I love being a landlord, but I also love being a tenant. The problem is I was a tenant before in complexes.
Right.
And then normally they have a maintenance team that take care of you and everything is fine. And if there is a problem, they come and take care. Sometimes there could be issues. Sometimes they try to be cheap out. But, you know, we grew up. We looked for something bigger. And, of course, we moved to a bigger house. And we were very happy about our choice. And we weren't aware about who the landlord is. What I did is I used a friend who is a realtor to help me back then, as I started to tell you before the show. And he did, and we found the house, and he put the lease, and then we discovered, we met the landlord. I think Larry was there with me, and he saw that she is Chinese, and he said, "Oh, you're in a big trouble." I said, "Why?" I said, "No, there is like a stigma about Chinese landlord. You will figure out on your own." It didn't take me too long to figure out what's the problem and why people. I'm trying to be very careful with my words.
I understand.
But why people are afraid, you can say, or maybe stepping back from Chinese landlord. No, it's not racism, and yes, maybe there is a stigma here, but in my case, the stigma is 100% true. Since the day we moved into the house, we are doing the repairs.
Okay.
And I try to be the nice guy with that and build the landlord. And at some point, there was too much questioning about that. Now, you know, I have my own handyman on a payroll.
Yes.
And I'm very happy about that. I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made. With inflation, prices went up, and it was so hard to find working hands.
Right.
So the fact that I have, and I provide services to many other investors here in the school,
right,
at my cost, just to be able to keep having this person on a payroll. So the prices are not high.
Right.
But the questioning about everything, and the I'll give you an example from this morning, okay?
Okay.
In my shower, in my bathroom, in my bedroom.
Okay.
There is a double sink with faucets that I believe are like 25 years old. So they're corroded, and the other problem is that they are not shut properly. So they're dripping. How much a faucet costs those days?
The cheap one?
I don't know, like a 50?
30, 50
yeah,
bucks.
let's say $50 if you don't want to go with the cheapest way.
Right.
And I walked away at some point. I tell my wife, I mean, I can't. I'm sorry. I have a hard time dealing with her. You deal with her. And she came with a handyman this morning to our house, and they start to discuss about disassemble the faucet to replace the rubber, the bushing, whatever, and all that. And then there was discussion about the fact that the drip is not so bad and it doesn't affect the water bill. And I was downstairs in the living room and I heard the discussion, and I got so mad.
Right.
I mean, how many excuses people need to make to not do that? And I think the other problem, from my point of view, is as a landlord, I don't cheap out. Right. I don't buy the best brands. But if I have a leaking faucet, my guy will be there tomorrow to replace this faucet. And with something like that, with plumbing, with electric, with heat, with roof, we don't play around.
No.
When there is a problem, we deal with it immediately.
Right. And there's a difference between being frugal, okay, saving money where you can, and being cheap, just not wanting to spend money.
It's exactly, and we are living there for, I believe, half a year now.
Okay.
And we discovered so many areas. And every time we call about the problem, it's like, no, she came to us and said, oh, no, we just paint and we just did carpet. Okay. So because you did carpet and you painted, you don't want to fix a leak, or what's going on? Well, so I think that's why, and I said, you know what, I had enough, and I came to you, and there are many houses right now on the market.
Yes.
That are stuck on the market, and I love houses that are stuck on the market,
especially in the price range that you're looking at.
Especially in the price range or above, because then you have the ability to come and say, "Hey, I'm pre-approved. Right. I see that the house is in the market for a long time. This is my offer. Let's do it." And that's what I'm trying to do right now. There are many other things in my life, but I am trying right now to buy, and I was amazed, and I'm so happy for this approval, because I was amazed that there is a way for an entrepreneur, for a self-employed, to show their income in the real way.
Yeah, and there's other calculation methods other than just bank statements. I mean, I've used one. It's called asset depletion. Okay, basically, if you have a lot of money on deposit, okay, usually $1 million plus. Okay,
a year.
No, just on deposit. Money in the bank, in brokerage accounts.
Sitting out there.
Sitting there.
Okay.
Okay, doing whatever. Okay. And I did this for one of our students here at the school.
Okay.
They had a little north of $1 million and bought a house that was in the low $1 million range. I think it was like 1.4 or something like that. And calculate the income using the money that's left over in the bank. So we can take 65% of that and calculate out a monthly income, and that's another method of calculating income for people. So we don't have to use 12 months of statements.
He used you from day one, or he refi because he had the money?
No, he is a student here at the school, and he called me up. I pre-approved him. He went out and found a house with his bride-to-be at the time. And, they have since gotten married, and they're expecting their first child now. And, he's been doing a lot of renovations on his property.
I know who you're talking about.
Now you know who I'm talking about.
Exactly. And yeah, I love this guy. And maybe he will call us.
Yeah.
Or anybody can call us and ask us anything you want about money. Mortgages, especially today, because we have Joe in the studio. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. It's a snowy day. I don't see anybody online with us right now. Still no. I don't know why. It's a very good question.
I don't know. I didn't even know that we were expecting snow until I saw it. I went out with the dog this morning.
Yeah.
And nothing was happening. Start up my car because I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
And I step out the door like 10 of 8, and there's snow all over the place. And here we are all day long,
I know.
It's snowing, so. My brother's over at my father's house, and I went over to my dad's to visit. And hopefully we don't have to shovel today. Maybe it'll just go away real fast.
I got you. I also do the routine for the gym this morning, but nobody wanted to join me. Not my kid, not my wife. So I went on my own. And I left the gym, and I saw that it's starting to be bad. And that's it. But here we are. So you tell me, for a first-time owner, okay, that don't want to base it on their bank statements. Let's say they're doing it in the traditional way right now in the W-2.
Yes.
Okay. What's the rates? Where are we standing with the rates right now?
Well, with first-time home buyers, okay, we got to categorize.
We talk about the FHA.
Well, you can do an FHA, and a lot of first-time buyers say they're young and their income isn't that high. There are programs through the state of Pennsylvania called PHFA, Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Okay.
They give grants also that the first-time buyer can use, 5% of the purchase price. So on a $300,000 house, that's $15,000. Now that has income limits. You have to be under, for a family of two, you have to be under $97,000 in annual income. For a family of three or more, you have to be under $114,000. Okay, but
So when you said a grant, they don't need to pay it back.
it's fully forgiven after 10 years. So it's forgiven 10% a year up
Oh,
until.
so
Yeah, but if you're
they
there.
want to make sure you're not a flipper.
Exactly.
I got you.
Right.
They want to make sure you're actually going to live there.
And you have to be legitimately a first time
Yeah, of course.
You have to be a first time homeowner also.
So what's the criteria?
For a first time homeowner means you have not owned a property in the last 3 years.
And when you say not own, it's on your personal name?
Well,
What if you have invested a real estate investor?
That's still going to show up.
Yeah.
Okay, under your name, because when you're signing a mortgage, you're still, even though it's being deeded
Correct.
in your LLC or your trust
Or your
whatever.
You're declaring it.
Right, and you're signing for it personally.
Yes.
So you're signing for it with your first and last name.
Especially if you're a sole member LLC and it's part of your taxes.
And they'll be able to pick that up.
Okay, so if you do have properties that are rental properties,
And these are full doc loans, mind you. So we're going to have your tax returns. Okay?
I got you.
We're going to have pay stubs, we're going to have W-2s, we're going to have your tax returns, your bank statements, everything that a regular mortgage application
Still, I'm
requires.
amazed that the state is willing to give you 5%. Is there a cap to that? To the 5%?
No.
No,
Well,
you can buy.
There's a cap on the purchase price.
Exactly. And what is it?
It's $475,000.
Okay. So
it's a lot.
it's amazing. It's over 20 grand if you think about it.
And it's on 1 and 2 unit properties.
Wow.
So if you're a first time home buyer, young guy, young girl, young couple, and you want to buy and live in a duplex, you can do that. And I'm not saying that this is a way to get to the primary residence, but you live there for 10 years, you can move on to bigger and better things in the future and still keep your duplex, and now you have rental income.
This is part of the method we are talking about, and this is what we are saying, because as part of the FHA rules, you have to show intention to live in this place.
Exactly.
And I think for a first-time home buyer that want to go into the field of real estate investing,
Yes.
this is one of the best options ever if you don't have the capital, the money to put down
Right.
for the purchase.
And it'll get you into your first investment property down the road, your primary residence,
And you have
then and there.
And you basically have a free school here, because you will live alongside. I don't like the idea, but you will live next to 3 tenants, 3 of your tenants, and what will happen? You will learn. You will learn how to be a property manager for yourself. You will learn how to deal with tenants, how to screen tenants. You will learn how to deal when problem occurs. You will learn so much
Yes.
by doing that for the first few years. And I think it's the best school ever. And we tell people to do that. I think it's a very good idea. The only problem, and I would ask you that because you're the expert, in FHA, do we pay regular interest rate or do we pay lower interest rate normally?
FHA rates are slightly lower than conventional interest rates.
Okay.
But this is the big difference, is mortgage insurance is different on an FHA loan. You have upfront mortgage insurance that's 1.75% of the loan amount that's financed into the loan. Plus you have a monthly of 0.5%. That's like regular PMI. That's for the life of the loan on an FHA loan. So the only way to get out of mortgage insurance on an FHA loan is to refinance out of there. Okay, so if you're going to refinance, you want to make sure your rate is going down a bit, but also that you have now gained at least the 20% equity that you need to have no mortgage insurance.
So in FHA, there is no chance they will allow me to pay my tax insurance on my own.
No.
No chance.
No chance.
Okay, I got you. I didn't know that.
Yes.
So if you have any questions about mortgages, financing, money, homeowner, real estate, landlording, whatever you want, give us a call back. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Me and Joe are here and we'll be very happy to answer any question you have. I didn't know about the thing with the FHA, which is it's amazing to me. I hope that we will see, because I want to use the FHA tool. I don't know what they will allow me to do because I have a lot of other real estate investment. So I won't be able to use the grant, of course.
No.
But I am building on the lower rate. And I'm hoping that we will see something under 6 very soon. We won't go back to the 2.5, but if we see something under 6, that's that will be very good.
What, do you want to talk about interest rates right now?
You wanna?
Sure.
Let's do that. What do you see?
Well, wait a minute. Let me clean off my crystal ball here and make sure that it's not too cloudy. I do have a 50-50 chance of being wrong. All that being said, the popular comments right now is that we're not going to see anything major happen until we get a new Fed chair. Okay, the new Fed chair isn't going to come in until the beginning of May. So what's happening right now is going to be pretty much the standard for a while.
Yeah.
Where interest rates are, we are lower now than we were 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just not, like, so many people got so spoiled a number of years ago, okay, when they heard interest rates with a 3 in the front, with a 4 in the front.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I did a mortgage for my son, and he bought at the very best time to have bought. Okay, he got 2 3/4%.
Oh my God.
On a VA loan where he didn't have to put down anything because he's a veteran. Thank you for your service, Joey.
That's amazing.
Right, but going back to interest rates, okay, this is a daily thing. And I look at it daily, and I get notices just like every other loan officer in the business. So yesterday, here's a prime example, okay? Midday, mortgage-backed securities are off by 14, 15 ticks. The 10-year bond is up 5-6 ticks, and actually up over a ceiling where bonds hadn't gone over in quite a while. Mortgage interest rates went up yesterday afternoon. Not a lot, but people get all kinds of excited and crazy because, oh my God, rates are up. They're up 1/8%.
I tell you why.
0.125.
I know. I tell you why I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we saw, I think the peak was maybe last summer or maybe before. I don't know.
7%, 7.25%.
I'm talking about the real estate pricing, actually.
Okay.
It was so high, and people are looking for something to hold. And I think the interest rate are the easiest thing to hold right now as a criteria, as something to tell them when to buy. Right. And I think that's why people are so focused on the interest rate right now.
Right. But you know what Larry says, when is the best time to buy?
Now.
Right now.
It's always now.
Okay? Because trying to time interest rates, okay, is like trying to time the stock market. When is the best time to buy this stock? Nobody knows.
No, nobody knows.
When is the best time for an interest rate?
Again, nobody knows.
We can make an educated guess, but
yeah.
we're not going to be 100% right 100% of the time. And what am I going to wait until May 30th to start looking for houses? Because I think whoever the new Fed chair is going to be is going to lower interest rates.
We can always refi.
That's true. But also, what the Federal Reserve does is not always necessarily what me and you, anybody else there buying houses, needs to hear, or see for their interest rates to come down. I think by the end of this year, the year 2026, I think we're going to have appreciably lower interest rates. I think it's going to be with a 5 in the front.
Yeah.
Okay, I would not hold my breath for a 4 or a 3. Okay, but if you want to wait and you see a 5 in the front, jump on it. Jump on it now. And anybody that bought a year and a half ago, then we need to talk about refinancing, which is a whole nother thing.
So
I'm setting up my clients right now, okay, that bought a year ago, and they're at in the high 6s, in the low 7s. We'll pull the trigger when we get the right interest rate. I got them getting them set up in my computer, so I'm doing the busy work up front.
yeah,
So they're
getting ready. You're getting ready.
getting ready. This is
Okay.
going to be a good thing for a lot of people. As far as real estate pricing is concerned, I mean, this is a supply and demand,
Yeah, I got you.
industry. So like the supply is still down. Okay. And
Still not there.
and demand is going to go up because the people that have been sitting on the sidelines
But I will
are
talk to
going
you.
to come out.
I will talk to you about that because yes, we still lack of inventory,
Yes.
but the high-end houses, which is something you specialize in,
yes.
I see a lot of movement. A lot of movement. And we'll talk about that after the commercial.
Yes.
If you have any question, please give us a call, 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Any question you have about mortgages, money, real estate, stocks, whatever you need, 855-939-1137. Commercials.
Hey, this is Larry.
Thank you, man.
Did you know that we have a radio show
time
right
do you
here on WPHT every
what?
Saturday at 1 o'clock? It's called The Larry Steinhouse Show.
The commercial?
And you want to listen to this show because it's a
can-
live
you'll
show
go.
and
Don't
you
worry.
can call in.
Go.
In fact, here's the call-in number.
855-939-1137.
And when you call in, you can ask us questions about real estate, the stock market, even politics. Make sure you tune in Saturday, 1 o'clock. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, you need to take a complimentary class this Thursday. You need to learn how to invest in real estate. You need to learn how to invest in the stock market. You need to learn how to invest in stock options. And you need to learn how to make more money than you've ever made before. Why aren't you here? Come to investorschooling.com. Take a complimentary class this Thursday and learn. That's investorschooling.com. Take your complimentary class this Thursday. We'll see you there. Hi, this is Larry Steinhouse, and I want to tell you about a charity we formed called Lev 27. Lev 27 is a charity that helps people stay in their homes. Look, sometimes life happens. Many people live paycheck to paycheck, and if suddenly something happens and they can't afford to pay their rent, we will step in and help them. We'll even cover any legal fees to keep them in their home. Go to lev27.org, that's lev27.org, to find out how you can help or make a donation. Thank you. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, I can't tell you everything we do in 30 seconds. So you need to come to class this Thursday night, and you need to learn and spend some time with us to see how you can make more money than you've ever made before. That's right, we'll teach you ways that you've never even heard of to make money. So go to investorschooling.com and sign up for this Thursday night's class. Take your complimentary class this Thursday. That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there.
All right, we're back in 30.
Thanks.
Okay.
There are so many different ways to prepare for retirement, and annuities are not the answer. Come learn this Thursday by taking a free class at Investor Schooling. Come to Investor Schooling, and you will learn so many different ways that you can make more money in retirement.
So when you come back, Omri,
Yes.
my recommendation is to establish the parameters of the show again, say solicit callers and what they're calling in for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
You were probably going to do that anyway, but you're back.
Hello and welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show, to the special version of the Larry Steinhouse Show without Larry Steinhouse. My name is Omri Morad, and here in the studio with me is Mr. Joe Keller from the Joe Keller team at Cross Country Mortgage. So, if you have any question about mortgages, about money, about financing, about stocks, about real estate, anything at all, give us a call. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. We are talking today a lot about mortgages, about interest rates, about first time, about FHA, about whatever, anything about how to find the money for the house you're dreaming about. 855-939-1137. We are broadcasting to you from the Investor Schooling headquarters here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. You can go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and register for a free class this coming Thursday. Go to investorschooling.com. We actually have a guest speaker this Thursday that is going to educate us a lot about how to flip and how to buy and hold and what's his preference and how he became one of the biggest wholesaler in our area. 855-939-1137. We are live and we'll be very, very happy to hear your question. So we can continue our conversation, Joe.
Where did we leave off?
We talked about interest rate and you put
Yes.
your bet about what we will see by the end of this year. I folded this piece of paper and I'm hiding it.
Okay.
And I will bring it back out in a few months from now.
At Larry's Christmas party.
Exactly.
This year.
Larry's next Christmas party. I think that's what we will do.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, he might have a $30,000 Christmas tree at that point.
I hope not. I really, really hope not. So you tell me, I have another question for you.
Yes.
Right now, in order to show that I have the capital, the balance, the 25 or 20 or 25%
Yes.
to put down to buy the house I want, how much time, let's say that, what's the period of look back?
30 days.
30 days? That's the only thing they want to see?
For that particular type of program. Now, the funny thing is, for full doc
Yeah.
clients where we're documenting everything, we need to go back 60 days.
60 days. So if the money sits in my checking account for 60 days, the down payment money is in my account for 60 days,
Right.
they're good.
Right.
Okay, I got you. Not
As
bad
long
at
as
all.
we don't see it coming in a big lump or something like that. So it's usually 60 days plus a couple of days because it's got to be in between your statement dates.
I got you. You want to see two full statements.
Exactly.
I got you. That the money is in there.
Yes.
You don't see the money coming in during those 60 days.
Right.
Okay, that's very important for me.
Right.
Do you want to enlighten us with something else?
Absolutely.
Tell me.
Refinancing. We were just touching on that.
Yeah, which I wanted to ask you, and then I will let you give us all the info. With FHA, you can't refi.
Sure.
You can?
FHA also has a streamlined refinance, which makes things very easy to refinance if rates have come down. Okay, now sometimes on a streamline, you might have to bring 1 month monthly payment to settlement, okay, to make up the difference in closing costs. But when you do a refinance,
not much, yeah.
typically what you're doing is you're skipping a monthly payment. Okay, when you do the refi, so that month that you're skipping, you're going to have to bring that to settlement to cover the difference in closing costs.
So you say I can go and buy a house cash and refinance it under FHA?
Sure,
Wow, I didn't know that.
sure.
That's awesome.
You can always do that. Now, and I mean, FHA is a good first-time buyer program for people that have not owned any properties before. Okay, now you have rental properties
I
and
do.
stuff. Okay, and keep in mind that an FHA program is a full documentation program, so we have to use 2 years tax returns. Okay, we need 2 months of bank statements. We need everything. It's a full doc program. You can't use a bank statement deal as an FHA.
Are you using the tax return as a proof of income, or
Yes.
are you using a W-2 as a proof of income?
Well, W-2, but the tax returns, if there's taxable income that we need off of the tax returns, we have to have them, because even if we don't have the tax returns, we're going to see that, because on a full doc loan, they do a 4506 with the IRS to make sure what your income is on
Okay.
your tax returns. Even though they're not using the 4506, they still look at it.
So as a proof of income, how back they look?
2 years.
2 years for proof of income.
Yes.
Okay, so if I just got a nice job, a 6-digit job,
Mm-hmm.
it won't help me much.
No. Not
Okay.
right now, but 2 years from now. Well,
I got you. Wow, 2 years is a it's a long time.
it is okay, but
Yeah.
I taught you know that I'm here at the school. I'm a student here at the school. I've been here for a number of years.
Yes.
And I talk about financing a lot, and it is different students come to me for different things. Okay, and we have some students that recently one has come to me. I thought for sure he was going to be like a typical bank statement deal or something like this because I didn't know that besides being self-employed, he also has a W-2 job.
Okay.
Okay, and so I had good W-2 income. I had some Schedule C, self-employed income on his tax returns, and I had rental income on there that was a positive. Okay, so I had 3 different sources of income for him, and I used that income all as a full doc, to pre-approve him for his next new home purchase where he's going to move to.
So with Schedule C in your tax return, it's not such a big problem because everybody will accept that.
Sure.
When I applied for a mortgage before, I saw that some banks ignore the Schedule E income, and I didn't get that.
Okay, what they're doing is the Schedule E.
Yeah.
They're only going to use what you have on there. So say you have a rental property, okay, that you're making money on, okay, but your tax returns show you losing $100 a month. Okay, they're going to go with the minus 100. Unfortunately, okay, they're not going to use the lease. They're going to use what's on your tax return because it's live by the sword, die by the sword.
I got you.
Unfortunately, with tax returns, that's the way it goes.
So it depends. It depends on the business. I can tell you
Yes.
from my point of view, because I own a lot, and each property is under Schedule E.
Right.
My Schedule C every year. Actually, I think this year is the first year it won't, but every year is negative.
Mm-hmm.
I have a loss because all the expenses that are related to the business are under Schedule C,
Correct.
while the properties who does make money, like you said, they are on E.
Right.
So because there are different schedules, it looks weird. And the bank said, "Wait, your real estate business lose money."
And the thing is, mortgage underwriters
Yeah,
are pros at tax returns. Okay, you can have the best accountant in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, mortgage underwriters 9 times out of 10 know your tax returns better than your accountant does.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just, but that's what all they do. They look at those all day long, and they're pros at it. So they see the good, they see the bad, and they see the ugly.
True. It's it sounds like that.
Just so you know, just going back to income calculations, we've talked about asset depletion, we talked about bank statements, but there's other people out there, say that are 1099, and you're self-employed when you get a 1099, but you deduct away most of your income. Well, we can use just the 1099, no tax return.
Okay, I didn't know that too.
And we give you an expense ratio of like around 10%, 15%.
So in a way, you use the 1099 like the bank statement method. You only look at the income right now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because a lot of your expenses that are on your tax returns, you're writing off stuff like car mileage, stuff that are paper losses. Okay, that it's not actual money that you spent.
Correct.
So all those paper losses come back, to you by using the 1099 method.
Yeah.
This just makes it easy, and it makes it real easy for somebody, like I said, with a 1099 and a typical kind of industry that's a salesperson, could be even a real estate salesperson. Realtors are all 1099s.
Yeah.
Okay, but some realtors do very, very well. And they have lots of car expenses, and they have lots of other expenses that are paper losses that make their income go down lower on the tax return.
The good ones have a lot of expenses.
Right.
Because they're not sitting on their ass all day long.
And yeah, they're working. they're working. So that's one thing. There's other methods that we can use that are kind of like hybrids of all these. So, leaving all the income calculation methods behind us at this point now, another thing that I do for people is I do fix and flip or fix and hold properties. Okay?
Yeah.
Say you're an investor, okay, and you're looking at a house that needs repair.
Okay.
And it's way under value. Okay, so we're going to do basically the purchase as a regular purchase. Okay, 20% down, and we'll use whatever income calculation method. We'll also lend you 100% of the money to fix up the property. Okay, as long as the ARV, the as repaired value, comes in at 70% or lower. Okay, so if you're going to fix and flip, you pay interest, while you own the property, and when you flip it, you just pay off the whole thing, and it's done.
You don't pay only interest though. You have to pay. It's an interest only.
It's an interest only during the
time of the renovation.
correct.
Yeah.
So, but it's there are different methods to do it as a fix and hold. So, some people want to buy a dilapidated property, fix it up, and then rent it.
Okay.
So we'll turn it into a permanent loan for you also.
Okay. So you say if I look at it as a flip in day one, and I take the loan from you that will be interest only, you will be able to convert it to a traditional mortgage if I find a tenant and I decide to hold the property.
Well, that we typically need to know up front.
I got you.
But if you do it midstream, say like you're talking right now,
Yeah.
where you just changed your mind, basically we'll have to refinance you out of it and put you into a new permanent loan, but we could still put you into a permanent loan that way.
Okay.
And we could use the DSCR method, which we have not even talked about at all yet today,
Yeah.
which is the best way for investors to buy properties. Okay, a lot of times tax returns are just a pain in the neck, and they create a lot of questions and a lot of anxiety in the mortgage process.
Correct.
So what a DSCR loan does, and DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. In English, if the rent it covers the mortgage, it's basically a done deal as long as you have the down payment in the bank and halfway decent credit scores. And DSCR loans can be done all the way down to a 640 credit score.
So you said they are using the rent to cover the rent should be 100% of the monthly payment.
Exactly, 1-to-1. So if you got a mortgage payment that's $1,000,
Who paid the taxes? Who paid the insurance?
that's included in the
In the
mortgage
di-
payment.
okay, I got you.
Okay, so including taxes and insurance, as long as you have $1,000 rent to cover your $1,000 mortgage payment, you're good to go.
So to all you investors who believe that you can't invest in real estate because you don't have the money, I think Joe just brought you the solution. If the deal is good enough, there is no problem at all to find the money for a good real estate deal, a good real estate investment deal.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's
And that we can also do, a DSCR deal. Say you went into a property and you used all your cash. Okay, you bought cash. We can do what's called delayed financing. Okay, and use a DSCR to flip it into a normal mortgage, because a lot of times that people use all their cash to get into a property,
Yeah.
they're doing that for a reason. Okay, like the seller had to make the deal happen in a real short period of time, so you close with cash.
yes.
But you don't want to keep your cash tied up in that property. You want a mortgage.
That's the the Burr method.
True.
Yeah, that's what people do.
And Burr is a
I know.
buy
Buy,
repair,
repair,
rent,
yeah,
and refinance.
and refis, yeah.
Okay, and that's a great name for a company, and there's a couple of companies
I
out
know.
there that have used that name.
Correct.
And I see when I go to different mortgage conventions and stuff, I see different companies that they have it up on their banners. And
Yeah.
it's just funny to see that.
There are many people that come here to the school and they talk about the Burr method because it seems like a very well method to grow
Yes.
as a beginner real estate investor,
Yes.
and it's awesome. It's great. I'm a bit concerned with the 100% because you need to be, if you want to do the DSCR loan and use it for the Burr method. And I will explain, you want to start with zero money out of your pocket and build it up and keep converting them to traditional mortgages one after another. make sure you're not using the 100% of the rent. I know Larry won't agree with me, but Larry is not here today.
Right.
So, because you never know what can happen.
On DSCR loans,
Always have something on the side.
on DSCR loans, you get a better interest rate if you have,
Something in.
if say it's 1.25%
Yes.
to 1.
I know.
Okay.
You taught me that.
That's then you're getting a better rate.
And how do they calculate the rent? What are they using to calculate the rent in the area?
They're using either A, the actual rent, that means you've rented the property and you have a lease,
Okay.
okay, or they're using the market rents that the appraiser gets off of all the different appraisal reports and stuff where they have
So
access.
if my neighbor right now is renting his house for $2,000,
Mm-hmm.
they assume that I can also rent my house for $2,000.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
I got you. That sounds great.
Now,
That's a great tool.
that's everything we just talked about for regular residential. Okay?
Yes.
1 to 4 units.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you have residential 5 to 10 units,
Okay.
we can use the DSCR.
Okay.
Okay. This is, and you don't have to go to a commercial financing guy.
And they base it on 100% full occupancy.
Right.
Okay.
Use
Awesome.
Use the market rents.
Okay, so even in multifamilies that are over, I think it's over 4, over 3, or
It's
over
over
4, over 4, you can still do a DSCR loan, and it will
Yes.
still be a residential mortgage.
Right.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And we can do mixed use. Okay, where it has
So you have a
commercial
store in the-
downstairs
yeah.
and residential upstairs to up to 8 units.
So again, and maybe it's because I know I'm not the only one that's stuck with the rates. If we talk about DSCR those days, DSCR loans those days that will be covered, will be paid fully by the rent.
Right.
What interest rate are we talking about?
They're typically about 1% higher than what market rates are for regular residential.
So if we talk about 6.5 or 6,
they're going to be in the 7s, the high 7s.
the high 7s.
Maybe the low 8s at this point right now.
Okay.
Okay. But it's still cheaper than going, the commercial route.
And if I found a property I would like to buy, and I'm coming to you and I said, hey, Joe,
Mm-hmm.
I found this amazing deal, and I'm going to flip it, or I'm going to hold it, let's say, and I need from you the money as a DSCR. How much time it takes normally?
I like to tell everybody 45 days.
45 days.
Yes. Okay. 30 days if somebody's got all their ducks in a row and everything is perfect. 60 days if they don't know where any of their paperwork is.
I got you.
So it really depends on the person, but 45 days on average we can do
It's,
just about
to
everything.
be on the safe side.
Yeah, and I've got an assistant who's a pro, and she knows exactly what
I
she's
heard.
doing. She's like my daytime wife.
Okay.
Keeps my life in order at the office, and all my clients and everybody loves her, and she's like knows what she's doing. So she'll help people get their property or their paperwork in order.
We have Greg in Lansdale, and he have a question for us. We have a few minutes. Hey, Greg.
Guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi,
How are
Greg.
you today?
I'm
All
good.
right, fine. Do you by chance, about once or twice or a couple times a week, I get these phone calls. People want to buy my house. The
Okay.
one man said I'm on a list. You know what kind of list it is that I'm on? I keep getting these calls, and sometimes they're 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes it's 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
I get those same phone calls. Okay, and
Oh, you do?
yes, I do. I have some parcels here and there that I've been, partners on with other people, and other stuff that I own. I have a duplex in Northeast Philadelphia. Somebody's always calling up and saying, "Hey, do you want to sell your house?" And it's like, no, And I get text messages that say that also.
And
Okay.
I can tell you as an investor, and as part of what we teach here in the school, sometimes we buy lists from sources like Lease Source,
Mm-hmm.
and we send mailers. We don't do the calls a lot. We do send mailers, but I have experienced people that are calling, like you just described, in a very, very, very unreasonable hours. and talking to me about purchasing my my rental properties. I completely understand that. Just ignore it.
So I guess I'm not the only one who gets annoyed by them then. Okay, if
No.
everybody else gets them, I guess they just have to live with it.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the way it goes because you own the property and somebody's buying a list and you're on the list that they put that criteria out there.
So somebody actually sells lists. That's how my name's on it for some reason, you know?
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I wanted to know, guys. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you very much for calling us, Greg.
Thanks. Have a good one. Thanks.
You
Bye-bye.
too, you too. So before we end this
Have a good one.
hour, thanks, Greg. Before we end this hour, please tell the listeners how they can reach out to you and to your amazing assistant.
Okay, I am Joe Keller. I am with the Cross Country Mortgage. We are the largest residential mortgage lender in the country.
Okay.
1 out of every 34 mortgages done in the United States is done by somebody who works for Cross Country Mortgage.
Amazing.
We're the 800-pound gorilla of the mortgage industry. I have unlimited resources as far as our own company products. Plus, the best thing as a loan officer working there, I have the ability to broker loans, okay, to about 40 or 50 different companies. So I can search for a company that handles a loan for your specific criteria. I mean, I am not your run-of-the-mill loan officer who only does, 20% down conventionals with 720 credit scores.
So how people can reach out to you?
215-817-9084. 215-817-9084.
So remember this number and contact Joe Keller from Cross Country Mortgage for every one of your financing needs. I'm Omri Morad, and this is the Larry Steinhouse Show without Larry Steinhouse. It was great being here with you, and if you are listening to us, stay. Maybe we'll have another hour. You can call us 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. That's it. Have a good day. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.
You're clear?
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
I know. I waited to see he will write. Normally he writes for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I went with the regular, which is 5930.
Okay.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live.
All right, you'll be back in 2 minutes.
All righty.
Dance Party, live
I
from
see some
Adelphia
of
in Deptford. The Bob
Facebook
Pantano
posts
Saturday Night
coming
Dance
up,
Party is broadcast
and
exclusively
I
on
know that I
98.1.
recognize some of the people.
Where?
Omri, I'm sorry. Omri, I'm sorry I didn't see your question there.
That's fine, my friend. How are you?
Phil was coming. Phil Almquist came into the studio to say goodbye, and I didn't see it.
Okay.
Dollars
All
in
good.
bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger.
But you handled it like a pro.
Like
$100 in bonus.
Like a pro.
a pro.
Soon you will be a pro.
Play it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only.
Not quite a pro yet.
You know how many people called us about the
I'm Ed
guy
Evans, CEO of
who
Consumer
called
Cellular.
last week
No, we're not
and
one of the
said
big guys.
that we are not
Truth is, we
professional
don't wanna
because
be.
we keep
If you're
cutting each
over
other
50,
and all
Big
that?
Wireless probably
Yeah.
People
more data
keep
than-
bringing it back
You
and
could be
talking, like
throwing away
defending us.
thousands
It's
over a
amazing. I
Our
didn't know.
entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month.
Good, they should.
Switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Hola, amigos! It's a big noise. Brad Evans from BetMGM tonight. Listen Monday through Friday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on Westwood One Sports as we cover the biggest sports stories from coast to coast. Get insights on the NFL playoffs, college basketball
we get
conference
some,
races,
callers.
and more. Download the Odyssey
Yeah.
app now and listen from anywhere.
I tell you what I will
Tonight,
do.
Live
Yeah.
and interactive, presented by BetMGM. Tune in, Team Huevos.
I answered the call.
15 seconds, stand
Thanks.
by.
We're back on
I am still
Facebook.
a Marine,
Facebook
still
back on?
serving those around me, my country, and my community.
Okay.
That is Semper Fidelis. Always faithful, always Marine. This program is paid for by Investors Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investors Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
You are so hot.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. We are the Larry Steinhouse Show, even though I am not Larry Steinhouse. I am Omri Morad and I am the host this week, not the co-host. And Larry unfortunately decided to take the weekend off. So don't worry, we are still here and we'll still be very happy to hear from you. 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. And I am not alone in the studio this week. I have here Joe Keller from the Joe Keller team at Cross Country Mortgage. He is our special guest and he'll be very happy to answer every question you have about real estate, about mortgages, about refinancing, whatever you want to know. If you also are too conflicted about the old talk about 50-year mortgages, give us a call back. We'll try to cover it this hour. 855-939-1137. Joe specializes in high-end complex mortgages, including mortgages for homes over $2 million. So if you're buying, if you're refinancing, investing, or just trying to understand what the heck is going on with the rates right now, this is the right place for you. Give us a call, 855-939-1137. We are broadcasting to you from the Investor Schooling headquarters, where people learn how to invest in real estate, trade stock, understand option, and actually build wealth instead of just talking about it. Don't forget, you can RSVP for a free class this coming Thursday at investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We have the marketing agency near you, the team behind all our website, including investorschooling.com, sultanincomefund.com, larrysteinhouse.com, and our charity lev27.org. If you want real PR, SEO, website, and marketing that actually work, grab your free consultation at yourfreeplan.com. That's yourfreeplan.com. We have PB Adjusting. Our friend Peter and his team will help homeowners get more money from insurance claim. If your insurance company shorted you, and let's face it, they probably did, go to pbadjusting.com. That's pbadjusting.com. We also want to say thank you to the Sultan Income Fund. Invest with the Sultan and collect like a king. For accredited investors only. Now, normally we would tell you what the return was or is, but unfortunately we're not allowed anymore. So we only tell you that the return is so good that our lawyers say we can't say it anymore. And of course we have our guy here in the studio, Joe Keller from the Joe Keller team at Cross Country Mortgages, the only place Larry trusts for a mortgage, who is specialized in luxury and complex loan over $2 million. You can call Joe at 215-817-9084. That's 215-817-9084. And yes, we are a live show, so you can call us anytime during the show at 855-939-1137. Any financial question you have about mortgages, real estate, investing, interest rates, buying, refinancing, good ideas, bad ideas, like putting me in charge today, 855-939-1137. Again, that's 855-939-1137. Do you know we have so many events in Investor Schooling?
Yes.
This month. We actually have this month and next month. Next month we have our next Money Hacks.
Yes.
So we are going to have, I think, the best Money Hacks we ever had. We have the list of the speakers, and we have so many people that are still interested about the money multiplying machine.
Yes.
And
it's our friend Hannah.
Friend Hannah and everybody in the Money Multiplier company, and they are doing an awesome job. I just purchased my first life insurance, and I think everybody should come and hear them. So if you're listening to us right now and you want a free ticket, yes, it's a free ticket for you and for somebody else for our Money Hack event that is going to be next month, please give us a call. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Call us with any question you have, anything at all, and you will get a free ticket for the Money Hacks event next month. 855-939-1137. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Do you feel the question coming?
Somebody's going to call, but...
Do you feel the question? I'm bringing it. Because everybody right now want to hear something from the expert about the 50-year mortgages.
50-year mortgages.
Yeah,
okay.
Everybody is asking about that right now.
Well, just so you know, it was thrown out there as a suggestion.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know.
It's not a real thing yet. Okay? They might be kicking it around.
Yeah.
It does make sense in some worlds, but just so everybody knows, there's been 40-year mortgages for over 20 years now.
How do you get those?
Ask and you shall receive.
Really? That easy?
Pretty much, but nobody does them as a regular thing.
So I did.
You pay a premium for them too.
Okay.
Okay, not a lot, but you take a little hit.
Really? But the point is, you take a 40-year mortgage because you can't afford the monthly payments.
Well,
so if you can't afford a monthly payment, which is how much less is it? Because I used the amortization schedule for a 50-year mortgage.
It's not a big enough. I don't think that's why too many people are going to use it. It's not big enough.
It's almost interest only.
See, that's a better option in some cases.
I know. That's why I don't get the point of 50-year mortgage, and it seems to me
you're going to pay more for it. It's just like if
it benefits the banks more than anybody else.
Unfortunately, it's like the Mel Brooks movie. It's good to be the king.
Yeah, yeah.
And the golden rule is he who holds the gold makes the rules.
So yeah, that's what I don't get. I think people think it's like this tool, this path that will save them, that will allow them to buy a home.
It's going to work for 10-20% of the people out there. Okay, it's not going to work for everybody, and you are going to pay slightly more for it. But
slightly more in interest rate.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like if you get a 30-year mortgage today, okay, it's more than a 15-year mortgage. 15-year mortgage is 0.5% lower. So, because it's less risk and longer, less time. That's why the bank gives you, a better deal on a 15-year than they do on a 30.
So I'm trying as we speak. I'm trying to figure out what's the actual difference, because I have a $250,000 loan. It's just an example for 30 years at 8%. You know what? Let's change it to 6.5%. Let's say at 6.5%, and I'm talking about a payment of $1,580 every month. Take the same amount and let's do it 50 years. And you said, let's say 1% more, 7.5%.
Maybe 0.5%.
0.5% more, 7%. We're talking about for 50 years. Here we are talking about $1,504. So we're saving $76 a month. We're paying a bit more in interest, and it's funny. In the first, it's just amazing. In the first year, the actual interest, the actual payment that go to your principal is under $50 every month.
Yeah,
under $50 every month. So I don't get this product. To be honest with you, I don't get this product. I understand
very few people it's going to help.
Yeah, I understand why some people need it, because that's their only option.
Right.
But to me, it really just benefiting the banks. They will get more in interest. We have Louis in Delaware. Hey, Louis.
Hi, Louis.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi. All right. How you doing?
Oh, I know who it is.
You do.
I think so.
Well, that's good.
How can we help you,
You
Louis?
know who? Okay. First, I want a free ticket. Second, I want to know about a HELOC. How do you get? They say that you gotta get the HELOC like interest only or something like that, and I don't know exactly how it works.
Okay, a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, okay, typically is given to you for a specific period of time, usually about 10 years, okay, and the payments during that time are interest only on the amount of money that you have out on the HELOC. So let's just say you have a $50,000 HELOC, and right when you got it, you took out $10,000. Your interest-only payment, is only based on the $10,000 that you have out. You still have $40,000 left to use or left to sit there. It's kind of like a credit card on your house. Say 2-3 months later, you pay off the $10,000, and now you have $50,000 available to you, and you sit and wait for a couple of months to use it. Those couple of months, you don't have any monthly payment. Okay, you only pay interest.
Okay.
You only pay interest on the money while you are using the money.
Do you have a home right now that is free and clear, Luis?
I do.
And it's free and clear. There are no mortgage on it.
No, it's not free and clear.
Okay.
No, it's not free and clear. But my house is worth, I'll say, over $350, and I only owe like $147.
Okay, so he can do a HELOC.
$143.
You can do a HELOC,
Yeah.
usually up to 75 or 80% of the value of the house.
Well, the only problem with my HELOC is that my wife is not going to let me do it.
I'm not sure we can help you with that.
Can't help you with
yeah,
that.
we can try.
No,
if
you can.
So
No, you can, but I will do that when I have to buy a house on my name only to be able to do that.
Luis, bring her to investor schooling. We are not too far from you. Come here on Thursday. And
you are. You are 2 hours plus.
I know.
I used to be a student.
So I know. That's why I said I know who you are. I truly believe that when people understand all the information, they are not so appalled by the idea. Because yes, most people, the first thing they want is to clear and owe nothing on their house. And that's the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing. You have an asset that can help you buy more stuff and get more money, and you can invest this money and gain a return every month. Why won't you do that? Think about it for a second. Why won't you do that? And you still own your house, and the value of your house will still go up. But you have the ability to take the money, to take the equity of your house and use it for your benefit. Why won't you do it?
Except that I have a rope on me that I just told you.
I got you. So yeah,
I would do it, but I can't do it. So I had to buy a house.
Okay.
And I'm doing other things to try to get to that.
So stay on the line and let Glenn take.
The house.
Yeah. No, stay please on the line. Let Glenn take your information. Okay, and we'll see you in the Money Hacks event.
Okay.
And it was great talking to you. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, we haven't talked about HELOCs this hour or the hour before, which to me is the best way. You know, all my properties used to be free and clear until I did the HELOC.
Right.
And that's something I learned. And the fact that it's like being a Superman. I kid you not. It's like being a Superman. The ability I have to go to my bank and, oh my God, I will be robbed tonight. No, it's Saturday. Thank God the bank are closed. But the ability I have to go to the bank and take, I won't say now because I'm scared, but to take the money out whenever I want. And put it back whenever I want and just pay the interest. Like I said, I'm like a Superman. I love this power.
Different people use their HELOCs for different reasons.
I know.
I mean, I know guys that are investors that they buy the property.
Yeah.
Okay, they use their HELOC to fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have other guys that use their HELOC for the down payment.
I think Debbie do what you just described.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's other people that use their HELOCs to take out as much cash as they can, establish a new account at Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
So they can do a covered call account.
I know.
And that's a good way of doing that also.
I know. That's the only thing I'm not going to do. But that's me alone.
I understand, and I wouldn't necessarily do it because, it all depends on how much you're paying in interest.
We teach in investor schooling something very important that's called diversity.
Yes.
And part of the diversity idea is that because we will have the Black Swan event now and then. Someday it will come again. We had 2008, we had 9/11, we had the COVID, let's call it an incident, and we saw what happened.
And I was in the mortgage business through all three of those Black Swan events.
Yeah, exactly. So people know how experienced you are.
Okay.
But the point is, I want to know that I can't affect my income from real estate because the market went down. Because to me, and that's me alone, to me, the real estate is something that is affected only by the need of people to have a roof over their head.
Right.
And I don't think this will change. No, I don't think this will change. Areas will change, but people will always need a safe place to live.
Right.
And as part of that, I told you in the first hour, as part of that, that's why I like to be a tenant myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a tenant before. I've owned my own house before. I've lived in my duplexes, once or twice.
It's the one I've been in North Philly.
Northeast Philly.
Northeast Philly. It's the one I've been in.
I didn't live there.
Okay.
I lived in one of the other.
We went to see one in Northeast Philly.
Yes.
Yeah, and you, I hope you bought it.
No.
Oh, why?
It didn't work out. They ended up listing it with a realtor, and they didn't want to, do a deal off market.
I got you.
So.
When was it? Maybe last year?
Yeah.
Sometime last year. So back then, maybe I'm not judging them. I understand. Back then, when the market was still extremely hot, people want to check, but sometimes, and we saw it too, during the hot season, many real estate agents actually hurt the buyers, and I hated to see that.
Right.
Houses that were listed so high and came down too slow, and by that time the house was what we call already burned in the market.
Right.
Because people believe that the prices will keep rising up and up and up and up and up. So if my neighbor just sold their house for 700, why won't I list my house for 800? And we saw that, and I think it was horrible. It's completely not
like
ethical.
On that house, I've heard that it went, the realtor route. So, I was not interested anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't follow up after I'm not interested.
I don't care. I mean, even if a house that I like it is a good price and there is a realtor, I will go.
Mm-hmm.
I won't walk away just because there is a realtor there, and I bought investment properties with realtors before. I just need to know that I have some access normally to the owners.
Right.
Just to know what am I buying, to understand if there is a tenant inside, because many of my real estate investment properties I bought with tenants inside.
Right.
And you need to know who you're dealing with.
Exactly.
You need to know what's going on. If the tenant is paying, why are you selling? I don't care. Maybe people need their money, but sometimes people are selling because the tenant don't pay anymore.
Right.
Or they have problem with tenant and they're like, okay, I want out. I'm done. I can't deal with it.
This particular property was an estate.
Yes, I remember.
And the heir was many states away.
Yes, I remember that too.
Didn't want to really get involved.
He want to be out.
Right.
He want to get his money and walk away.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put my my 2 cents in then. So
with HELOC, because we have Luis that brought us to HELOC, which I think is a very good. First of all, do you do HELOCs?
Yes, I do HELOCs.
Okay.
Okay, and lines. Okay, lines and loans. Okay, so I can do a HELOC as a line.
Yeah.
Okay, or we can do a home equity loan. Okay, which the home equity loan is just like adding a 20-year fixed rate mortgage, to as a second position loan. Okay, and it's for the whole amount. Say you wanted $20,000 for whatever, they give you the whole $20,000, and then the monthly payment is whatever, $150, $200 a month, and you pay that for 20 years until it's paid off.
So we have been online. He say that we're talking about HELOCs like we don't have to pay it back. Of course you have to pay it back. That's the point. You're not getting a gift because you own a house, but the fact that you have the ability to have access to this money when you need it, it's great.
Right.
Because taking a loan is not like HELOC. When you take a loan, you need to pay your monthly payments every month, and that's it. Maybe you need the money, maybe you don't need the money. With HELOC, you don't. You can take the money only when you need it and return it whenever you want, and nobody asks you too many questions about what you do with this money. That's the best thing about it.
The monthly payments are based on what you have out when you have it out. So if you have a $50,000 HELOC, okay, and you've only taken $10,000 out of it,
correct,
you're only paying interest on the $10,000. Now 2-3 months down the road, you pay back the $10,000 and you have zero on there. Okay, you're not paying interest on it.
The other thing I learned about my HELOC is that they don't charge you for the full month. If I take the money, I took $50,000 for a day,
right?
Like for a day. And I had a charge of like $8. I was shocked. I expected to get the full interest charge for the full month.
Right.
And no, there wasn't. It was something ridiculous like that. I was pretty amazed.
Well, the banks, they have their calculation methods of...
Yeah, we know that.
And every bank is a little different. I see we have another...
we have Kimmy.
Yeah, hi Kimmy.
And she says she's so happy to see you hosting today. Are you hosting?
I'm co-hosting.
How's that? You co-hosting.
Because you're the host.
I don't know if I'm the host even. Yeah, the host is on a cruise ship in the Bahamas right now.
I thought we were going to Mexico.
Mexico, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care.
He's like on the Love Boat or something.
Let me be pitied by being here and not there with them. Come on. But we are very happy that you're here with us, Joe.
Yes.
So tell people again how they can reach out to you.
My name is Joe Keller. I'm with Cross Country Mortgage. I am licensed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Ohio, and Florida. So, all your mortgage needs, whether they're for a primary residence, purchase or refinance, a second home, investment properties, buy and flip mortgages, or any of your multifamily type needs, I can do a mortgage for you. You can reach me at 215-817-9084. Once again, that's 215-817-9084. I think after we come back, maybe we might want to touch base on people that are thinking about buying a second home, because we're coming up on the season that people are going to be looking.
Yes, March,
at second
April.
homes. That's because they want to be in before the summer.
So if you have any questions for Joe, if you are considering buying a home, if you are considering taking a mortgage or a HELOC or anything at all that's regarding your property today or in the future, give us a call, 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. I'm Omri Morad, and this is the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here in the studio with Joe Keller. We are going to a commercial break.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling.
Clear.
Thanks, sometimes Glenn. You worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants.
Toilets, trash, or tenants.
I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this?
That's actually YouTube comments.
Got it. That's investorschooling.com, and take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
Where are the Facebook comments?
They should be here, but we don't have any yet.
Did you know that you can
I see 'em
leverage the
pop
stock
up.
market
Yeah,
with a
they're
little
there
bit of
for
money?
like
Make
$5.
No
a
dose.
lot of money?
I don't know
That's
if it
right.
dose.
We have something
Let
that
me
we
check.
teach called stock options,
That
and you
Ed
can
and
make a
Delco.
lot of money with a little bit of money using stock options. Yep, you got to learn how to do it. So go to investorschooling.com and you will learn how to do it. Take a complimentary class this
Maurice.
Thursday, and I'm going to teach you that and more. Investorschooling.com.
Maurice is with us
That's
on the Facebook.
investorschooling.com. We'll see you there. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that there are a lot of altruistic reasons that you should become a real estate investor? That's right, you get to rent houses to really nice people who need houses. And you know what? When there's a housing shortage and you have a house for them, they are so happy. I've actually gotten hugs from tenants. So come to investorschooling.com and you will learn how to be a landlord the right way. That's right, we have a complimentary class this Thursday night, and this way you can get hugs from your tenants too. Go to investorschooling.com. We'll see you Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse. Do you want to become a public adjuster and take control of your career? My friend Peter Bodarenko, he runs Public Adjusting Academy, and he's hosting a complimentary class to show you exactly how to get started. Learn the ins and outs of the industry, gain valuable skills, and start your journey toward a rewarding career, helping people get the claims they deserve. Sign up today at adjustingacademy.com or call 267-392-9907 to reserve your spot. That's adjustingacademy.com or 267-392-9907. Don't miss this opportunity to start a new career and make a real difference. Attention business owners. Want to be the business everyone sees, trusts, and chooses? Dan Jones and his team at Marketing Agency near you make it happen. PR coverage, media features, SEO that gets you everywhere, even AI overviews. They also handle our websites, including investorschooling.com, SultanIncomeFund.com, LarrySteinhouse.com, and even our charity, Lev27.org. Add in
All right, just about ready to come back?
real leads and real conversions. Claim
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Still here.
Ready to come on back?
Yeah, I think so.
Here we go.
That people can't stop noticing.
Coming back.
By Investor Schooling.
You're back.
I'm back. Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show, the special edition of the Larry Steinhouse Show without the Larry Steinhouse. But we have Joe Keller here in the studio with us. Joe Keller from Cross Country Mortgage, the only person we trust to take us to a owning real estate position. This is Joe Keller from the Cross Country Mortgage Company. I am Omri Morad, and I will be your host today. If you have any question, anything at all, if you want to discuss with us anything, not only mortgages, I'm here for you. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. We're giving away today tickets, 2 tickets to the Money Hacks event. This will be on Saturday. This is February 21st, just a month from here. We're going to have amazing speaker on this event, so please, you can call us 855-939-1137 and we will give you 2 tickets to our next Money Hacks event on February 21st. And we do have somebody on the line. That's Ed in Delco. Hey, Ed, we know who Ed is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course we do. How are you, my friend?
Good, Omri. How are you? Happy New Year, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very happy you called.
Listen, I have 2 questions. The first one's for you, and the second one's for Joe.
Let's go.
The first question for you, Omri, is who left you in charge of the radio station?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure somebody was drunk, or maybe it's because they're so far away, and somebody's running back right now to take me off from the chair. I think so.
I thought maybe the janitor was busy and the janitor couldn't handle it, so they put you in there.
No, I told Joe when we started the show, the door must be locked because somebody will knock and try to stop it.
Okay. Now my question for Joe.
Yes.
Joe, I have 12 years left on my mortgage.
Okay.
I'd like to borrow a little bit of money, take a little bit of equity. Should I just get a 10-year mortgage or a line of credit?
What are you using the money for, Ed?
For investing. I want to pay off the first mortgage.
Okay.
right? And just take a little bit of equity, look a little bit of cash out of the property for other investments and stuff like that.
And you want to reduce your term from 12 years down to 10 years.
Oh yeah, or
Okay. You can
should I just take a line of credit? My thinking with the line of credit is I only pay interest on the balance that's owed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
So I can do a little velocity banking.
Eventually you have to pay that balance off, though. That's the thing. So if taking, whatever you need and refinancing the whole thing into a new 10-year mortgage works for you, you should take a look at that monthly payment. Okay? If you give me a call at my office,
Right.
215-817-9084, I'll be glad to do payment calculations for you and tell you what your payments would be, keeping your mortgage and getting a HELOC, or doing a new 10-year loan. A new 10-year loan might work out really well for you.
So I was thinking if I took the HELOC, I would still make my regular monthly, mortgage payment like what I'm paying now.
Right.
So it would be paying down. I wouldn't roll over forever. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
He can take HELOC on the whole equity until he close the mortgage.
Yeah, it's called a first position HELOC.
Yeah.
You can do that. Okay, so we can look
First
at that.
position HELOC. Yeah.
And then you can basically
And this
use
way
the
I can
HELOC.
use-
Yeah, sorry. No,
I
go
can
ahead.
use the
I'm
money
sorry.
over and over again as I pay it back.
Yes.
And I can use the money over and over again as I pay it back.
Absolutely.
So that's my thought.
We have a number of different products that'll do that for you.
So explain that
All
for a
right, cool. I
second.
just gotta.
Because what you're basically saying is that he can take a HELOC and use the HELOC to close the mortgage?
Correct.
Really? Okay. And then you only pay interest basically.
Right.
Only on the money that he just took in order to close the mortgage.
Right. And he can pay the principal when he wants to.
Okay, I didn't know it's even possible.
Sure.
Okay, so you can take a HELOC and close the mortgage using the HELOC.
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
And you're only paying monthly interest on the outstanding balance.
Right. And then you pay principal whenever you want to. Okay. If you
So
say
like
you
a
have a
10-year
windfall,
mortgage.
And you just once a year want to make a principal payment, you can make a principal payment once a year. And then
I would just keep making my monthly payment as what my mortgage payment is now.
You can do that.
So so it's always being paid. So different options. So Omri, you learned something today.
Yeah, believe it or not, I didn't know that. I was pretty sure that if you have a mortgage, you're only allowed to take the HELOC on the rest of the balance, on the rest of the value of the property. And apparently you can.
Look, Joe said you
can go all the way up to 80%.
You can borrow
usually
80%, and you can pay off if you have a low balance. You pay the mortgage off, and you just have the HELOC. That's all you got. That's all you got.
Ed has it right here.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I tell you why I didn't get that, because basically when you're creating a HELOC, when you do the closing, when you create a HELOC and you put the lien against the house, the mortgage is still there. So they allow you to put the HELOC at the full 75% of the value of the property, and at closing they will also close the first position mortgage.
Correct.
And then they will be the first position.
Yes.
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You have to tell them that. You have to tell them that's what you want to do. To pay off the first mortgage, or they'll just put it in on as a second mortgage.
I'm not
right?
sure. It depend on the term on the first mortgage.
There's a mortgage strategy out there.
Yeah.
For using a HELOC, okay, basically as your checking account, and you put your whole
velocity.
Exactly. You've heard of that, right, Ed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
I'm a member of the school.
Okay.
Right.
And that works. And there was a company that I was involved with 15 years or so ago called I think it was Mortgage First or First. It was a long time ago. And they sold the software. They sold the software that did this for people. And basically, you paid off your first mortgage and did a HELOC, okay? And you did a HELOC for the max, and then every month you paid all your bills off with it, and you still made the HELOC payment for whatever your mortgage was.
Okay.
You ended up paying your
Right.
mortgage 6 to 10 years faster than the 30 years. You knocked off it alone.
But you would put all of your income, your paycheck, into the checking account.
Right.
Also.
Correct. And
Right. Because you only pay you're only paying interest on the balance.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
So as the balance goes down, your interest payment goes down.
Right.
There's no amortization
Is that
schedule
correct?
anymore.
Right.
So that's it. You only pay the
No.
interest all the way.
Right.
Exactly. That's actually very very clever. I don't think I ever experienced that.
It's around,
Yeah.
I mean, I know somebody that did it manually,
Okay.
and it worked out for him.
So basically, what you say,
Yeah.
if it's your checking account, you like Ed say, you put your salary, whatever you get, into the HELOC, and when you go to the supermarket to buy milk, you take it out of the HELOC.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you pay your car
Yeah, you
payment,
pay-
you
pay
pay
all
your
your
credit
bills.
cards, pay your electric bill, every bill you have.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all math.
It works.
there's
It
no
works.
doubt,
People don't
yeah.
believe it, but it works.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Once you understand it, it works.
It's one of those strategies that like Ed said, once you understand it, it you see why it works. It's just like with the covered call accounts that people are doing, okay? You don't see that or you don't understand that
No.
until you see that happen.
Exactly.
Okay?
Until you experience it.
Right. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God.
It
You know?
works.
And it's math.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Math always
Yeah.
proves everything.
I know.
Mhm.
Exactly. It works very, very well. So, Ed, are we going to see you in the Money Hacks, in the next Money Hacks event?
I'm definitely being at the Money Hacks. I'll definitely be there.
Awesome.
I'm going to sit next to you. I'm going to sit between you and Ken. All right.
No, you are not allowed. That's the problem. Larry will shout at you. Nobody is allowed at the back.
Well,
But-
definitely say hi to me. I'll be there also.
But yeah, we will see you. We will see you when you
All
will
right,
come
Joe.
here.
All right.
All right, guys. Have
Thank
a good
you.
week. All right.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I didn't know. Amazing that you can do something like that. I was assuming that if you have a mortgage, the only way is to take HELOC for the rest of the equity you have up to the 75%.
That's a second position HELOC. You can have a first position HELOC.
No, I know, but let's say you have a mortgage in a lower rate.
Say
you don't want to close it.
Say you own the property free and clear,
Okay,
and all you want is a HELOC.
correct.
You can get a HELOC,
Uh-huh.
and it's a first position HELOC.
Correct.
Same thing,
It's basically the same thing, yeah.
right? Except we didn't have to pay off a first mortgage at settlement.
I don't know. To me, it was like the HELOC will be possible only if the house was free and clear. Apparently not.
No.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Amazing. So if you do have another question for us, 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. We have Joe Keller from the Joe Keller team at Cross Country Mortgage, and he'll be very happy to answer every question you have regarding mortgages, first-time owners, first-time home buyers, whatever you need. 855-939-1137.
Right. So let's talk about people who have their house.
Okay.
They've established themselves. They have money saved, and they want that second home.
They have it free and clear, you mean?
They don't have to.
What's going on? We just had a 10.
What's that? Okay. I don't know.
But anyway, okay, this time of year, okay, January, February, March, is a time you want to get pre-approved if you want to buy a second home.
Okay.
Okay, because you want to be in that second home before June.
Yeah.
Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day.
Mhm.
That's the prime summertime months.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want to do, now's the time to call me, okay? And we can make a plan and get you set up for that second home purchase. And that could be down at the Jersey Shore. That could be down at the Delaware Shore.
Oh, you're building dreams for people.
It can be in Florida.
Wherever you want. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just said that you're licensed in Florida, and we have Todd online asking if you're licensed in Ohio.
Yes, I am licensed in Ohio.
So here's the question. Everywhere we need. And I don't know how. I think we talked about that a long time ago, but I don't know how we haven't dig into financing with you the mobile home park yet.
We briefly talked about that.
Okay.
Okay. And that's that's something I can help you with, but it's not something that cross country can help you with.
It's not okay. I got you.
Okay.
It's basically because
I can make good referrals.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you. It's because they want to give you the loan only against the land.
Well, we don't do those types of loans
At all.
cross country. No.
Okay. I got you.
No, but as far as Florida is concerned, no problem. You know,
Mhm.
and pretty much up and down the East Coast. Okay, if I don't hold a license for a specific state,
You have someone.
North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. I have a lot of people in my office. Okay, there's almost 40 people in my office, and we have people that hold licenses in other states. So I have somebody that works in the same four walls that I work in that is licensed outside of where I'm licensed, and they can handle my deals that are outside of the states that I'm licensed in. I'm right now picking up a deal for somebody in Texas. Okay, he's a Pennsylvania investor, believe it or not,
Okay.
and you know, he has some interest in properties in Texas, and Texas properties it's a whole different ball of wax down there, because it's not an odd thing for somebody to buy a property with 45 or 50 acres.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, they have a house on there, and they subdivide the house out of there and leave like 2 acres for the house. And then the other 48 acres, they lease to somebody that's going to put cattle there.
Yeah.
So you have a cattle lease and you have a house lease. It's a totally different thing. Doesn't happen here in Pennsylvania.
What we see here is people that buy huge lots. Let's say a house that sits on 10 acre. And I actually looked at one right now.
Mhm.
And they are dividing it. They take the 5 acre out of it.
Right.
And they are reselling the house. And they are building themselves a new house on the 5 acre they took out.
You can do that.
So yeah, and
I have a client in Yardley that's
what they do.
Well, they're trying to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you need to know if you can divide it a lot or not.
Right.
It's
And-
It's not allowed everywhere.
No, and some townships will give you a more bigger problem.
Because
Because that's just the way they are. You know, some of them don't want to do it. They want to leave it the way it is. They want to have more open space for whatever.
correct.
reason.
That's why we chose those areas. Exactly. That's part of the idea behind it.
Right. So.
Okay, so we are the Larry Steinhouse Show, and we have Joe Keller here in the studio with us. We have a few more minutes if you want to call us with anything about mortgages, financing, first-time home buyers, interest rate, whatever you want. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. So we talked before about the option that I think you can have in a traditional mortgage if you want to pay your tax insurance on your own or not.
Yes.
But you said that if we go with the DSCR, for example, there is no chance.
No.
They make you pay it on your own. They
In with the mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to escrow.
Are you allowed to choose your own insurance, or they can force you into a certain level?
You can choose your own insurance.
Okay.
Okay, whoever you want. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But if you cancel your insurance and all of a sudden you don't have insurance and you didn't get yourself new insurance.
Yeah, they know because they are an interested party in the
Right.
policy.
And they will be notified.
Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't do anything to get new insurance, they're going to get new insurance for you.
Of course, they won't take the risk.
Okay. But they're not going to shop around for you either. So they're going to just take the first guy they call.
Yes.
And that is what it is.
And you will need to pay that.
Right. And then you get the bill and you get sticker shock, and then all of a sudden you pick up the telephone and call your insurance guy and get it straightened out.
So we had a student here. He's not a student anymore, but we had a student here that's exactly what he experienced.
Okay.
So he had insurance that was paid by him, and it was due. He didn't pay it. He forgot, whatever, and the mortgage company got the notice.
Yes.
He haven't provided the mortgage company the reinstatement statement.
Nope.
So they didn't know that the insurance got reinstated.
Right.
So what they did, they issue insurance like you exactly like you just described.
Right.
And he came to them and he said, "No, I have insurance." And they said, "No. It was canceled because they didn't deliver the paper." And their insurance, like you described, was like 4 times.
Sure.
and it became a huge fight between him and them.
It's a big problem.
I know it was a big problem, and it was on the edge to go to foreclosure, because he kept doing the regular payments for the mortgage, ignoring the request to pay the extra bill for the insurance. Yeah, do you remember that or no?
Yes, I think I recall the situation when that was going on.
So we should avoid that. We should avoid those things.
Yeah, you wanna play by the rules.
Exactly.
Okay? And mortgage companies, they have lots of rules. Okay, but they're not outlandish. They're not asking for stuff that you wouldn't expect a mortgage company to ask for. Okay, and when you set it up in the beginning, the way you set it up in the beginning is the way it is for the life of the loan.
Yeah.
They don't like to change stuff. Mortgage companies want things to happen day one.
Yeah.
Okay. 15 years down the road and 30 years down the road when you pay it off.
That's their security.
They just want it to, they don't want to have to spend any more money doing anything. Cost them money to pay somebody to go get you a new policy. Everything costs money nowadays.
So Todd is asking if it makes sense to do a VA loan if he qualifies, and he's a veteran, so we want to know if he can purchase with a VA loan 2 to 4 unit building.
Yes, but you have to live there.
Yeah.
So if you're buying a property to live in and it's a multi-unit property up to 4 units, you can use your VA benefit.
Exactly like we talk about the FHA, VA is the same thing.
VA is the same thing. No down payment required on a VA loan. That's
amazing.
That's the benefit for serving, and thank you for your service, Todd. We totally appreciate it. And VA loans, there's other perks, to being a veteran. Okay, you can get 100% of your closing costs paid by the seller if you have a seller that's willing to pay 100% of your closing costs. On all other types of loans, you're limited 3% or to 6% on a conventional.
So they pay the transfer tax and the title insurance. Okay, wow.
If they're willing to do so, you have to have a seller willing to do so.
It can be something that negotiated from the beginning. Say, sure. I agree to your price, but you pay the closing cost.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Okay, and you can be in the door with $100 out of your pocket.
And that's also the same idea with FHA?
No, FHA, you're limited to 6% of the purchase price.
6%. Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
And conventional, you're limited to 3% of the purchase price unless you're doing 10% down. Then you can go up to 6% of the purchase price.
Okay, so Todd, we hope we answered your question. Anybody that has a question about mortgages, we do have a few more minutes. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind I'm on the right path. I have some other calculation based on other shifts that going on in my life.
Right.
But I'm going to find myself a place and buy very, very soon because...
and I do recommend to anybody that's thinking of buying whatever, new primary residence, second home, investment properties, get started on the mortgage stuff early.
Yes.
Okay, that's why me and my team exist, okay, to do stuff, for people up front. This way you have all your ducks in a row when you're talking to a realtor, when a realtor's talking to, your prospective seller, so they know that, hey, Omri's pre-approved. Here's his paperwork, okay?
Yeah.
He's good to go. Here's the agreement of sale. We have a 30-day settlement date on there. We can do it because we already know he's good to go. Okay, and all they're really waiting for, if you're pre-approved, is an appraisal and the title work.
Correct.
Okay, title work, if you're going to push, put the pedal to the metal, you can get that in your hands in a week to 10 days.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
If you have a good title company, no problem at all.
And the same with an appraiser. Okay, I can order an appraisal Monday morning. Okay, and order it as a rush. Okay, so you pay $100-$150 more
extra, sure,
because it's a rush. I'll have it in my hands by Friday.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Sure.
Okay.
All the guy has to do is call, set up the appointment for Tuesday,
Yeah.
go out there Tuesday afternoon. He's still got 3 days to type it all up into his research and then email it on Friday.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, what do you do? And I know it doesn't happen a lot, but what do you do if the appraisal that you get is not what you expected, if you understand what I mean?
If it came in low?
If it came in too low.
Oh, boy.
It happens?
Happens all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. We didn't expect it. We didn't see it a lot because the property values went up so fast
Recently, property values have been going up a lot. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's not out of the ordinary. I get short appraisals for hundreds of different reasons.
Okay.
Just recently, I had one. It was a condominium. Okay. And it was in a big condo building down on City Line Avenue. And there was issues with the condominium itself. Okay. The exterior of the building. They needed work on the facade.
Stucco.
There was something going on.
Yeah, okay.
They weren't specific about that. But they also lost their Fannie Mae Freddie Mac approval for a condominium. You have to, when you're doing a condo, it has to be approved by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac.
Okay.
Just to get a Fannie or Freddie loan. So I had no Fannie or Freddie approval. I had a short appraisal now. And it came in, I don't know, $50,000, $60,000 lower
Less.
than what we were expecting. So we had to redo the loan amount. And that's just the way it is, because you can't get you can get the only way you can get a higher appraisal if it comes in short is you got to support your higher price with comparable properties that have closed that are in similar type properties, and 9 times out of 10 the appraiser's already done all that homework.
Yeah, they check.
These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, anyone in the mortgage business, it's not their first rodeo.
I got you.
Know? It's like I've been doing loans since, you know, the early 90s. You know, so.
I got you. This is the phase that I was worried when I did my HELOC, because I didn't know what the appraisal would bring.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the properties, the tenant didn't allow the appraisal to go in. I said, "Oh my God, that's a bad start."
And
I know.
And the thing with HELOCs is, you know, sometimes they only do what's called a desktop appraisal. They don't even come out to the house.
Really?
Yeah, they drive by. They make sure the house is still there, and then they do all the work on the computer. Now, that's mostly for owner-occupied, like if it was your primary residence. On investment properties, they go through the property, and they want to see, you know, on investment properties.
They want,
they want to see the condition, you know, and everything like that. So they got the best value that they can, the correct value.
The correct value, exactly. They don't want to be short.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because they want to see that they have the 75% in the right place.
Exactly.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So, enlighten us with one more fact before we end this show.
One more fact.
Yeah, one more. Educate us. Give us one more thing, Joe.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I have some videos that I do, you know, on Facebook and stuff that are like little advertisements for my company and my service. And I've one, it's called the 10 Commandments of what not to do when you're mortgaging a property. Okay. One of the funniest ones in there that we tell people is like when you're getting a mortgage, don't make any quick changes. Don't quit your job. Okay. Don't buy a new car. Even though Larry bought a new car when he was in the mortgage application with me.
But it's different because he did it on the business name, actually.
True. Okay. But, you know, I was making this video and I said, don't buy a new car because you might be living in that car instead of in a new house. And the videographer got a real laugh out of that one.
Yeah.
So once again, Cross Country Mortgages, we are the largest residential lender in the country. 1 out of every 34 mortgages in the country is done by somebody that works for Cross Country Mortgage. We're licensed in all 50 states. I personally am licensed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Ohio, and Florida. You can reach me at 215-817-9084. Once again, that's 215-817-9084. Give us a call for pre-approval.
And like we said, in advance, don't be on a contract. Be in advance, get your pre-approved, and that way you start the ball rolling faster than you believe, and then you will have no holdback when you want to close.
That's it. Do your homework up front. Don't make any surprises for everybody else involved in your real estate transaction.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, you're a buyer, I'm the mortgage guy, and on top of it, you got a seller, you got two realtors, you got a title company, an appraiser, and you never know if the property needs repairs. Now you got contractors involved, so there's a lot of moving parts to a real estate transaction.
And that can affect you too?
Yes, and it's good to have a mortgage guy that knows how to...
And they can ask you to do another inspection or another appraisal after the repair?
Oh, yeah. If there's repairs required, there's a second appraisal, or the appraiser has to go out a second time.
Okay.
Some properties, depending on the loan amount, require two appraisals, okay? On properties in the north of $101,500,000, you have to have two appraisals, okay?
Why?
Because they want to make sure that...
Two companies, two different... I got you, okay.
Two separate... We had two appraisals done on Larry's house.
Just to make sure they are doing the right way.
That's the way it is.
Okay.
And we have no choice in that.
Okay. So, Joe, I want to thank you for being here with me tonight.
Thank you for having
me. Today.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you were here. We are the Larry Steinhouse Show without the Larry Steinhouse today. And we did have Joe Keller from Cross Country Mortgages that did an awesome job in educating us about everything we always wanted to know about mortgages, what's going to happen in the next few weeks, months, and he already put his bet about where the interest rates are going. So we'll see if that is true. You are very welcome to always listen to us on Facebook or on WPHT. And you, of course, welcome to come and meet us in person. Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. And come for a free class. Free! This coming Thursday. Again, that's investorschooling.com. I am Omri Morad, and I was very happy to be here today. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
All right, you are clear.
Thank
Give me
you.
a second.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT.
Omri, do you want me